Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Biz Talk, where business and people matter. My name is Bobby Reyes, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, MJ Concepcion.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome again to our show. And of course, our show is brought to you by the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, Greater Houston, Texas, in cooperation with Roof Chamber Radio Pinoy. Maraming salamat po.
Yes, thank you to Roof Chamber Radio Pinoy for partnering with us on this programming. And our show is broadcast live on Facebook and YouTube. And later on, it's available in audio format in Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Listen Notes. That's a mouthful. That's a lot
It
to
is.
say.
I know, right?
But MJ, I'm happy to have you here again. So she's been on vacation, and I took some time off 2 weeks ago. So we're finally together again. This is so much fun again.
I know, right? I miss this. I really
Yes.
do. I was away from the state, from the country for about 4 weeks. Of course, I had a
Mhm.
really good time in the Philippines, and I
And we
just
were
missed the show.
jealous.
Yeah, well, let's go home again. It's like I needed another vacation from vacation because it was really a long vacation. And you know how it is when you're on that long of a rest,
Mhm.
you don't want to go back to work.
Well, and I know you
But
already mentioned this at the last show, but
mhm.
I want to greet you again. A happy 25th wedding anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I think it's a milestone in itself.
Mhm.
So many happy returns and hoping for another 25, another 50, maybe another 75.
Whoa, I would be blessed to live that long.
Well, you never
Yes.
know. Lifetimes are now longer because of advanced
Yeah,
medical
that's right.
procedures. So,
Yep. But
but
anyhow,
yes,
tonight we have two beautiful ladies who are going to join
yes.
us, and we'll talk about their organization
Mhm.
and
It's actually a very important organization that
mhm.
we need to be aware of. And sometimes we get caught up in our daily lives. We forget that there's other people who have their own lives that some of them need assistance. So
Mhm.
we're going to talk to them in a few minutes. But MJ, you want to talk about back to school? Can you imagine? We're going to be our kids are not ours, but
Yeah,
kids are
you
going to go
don't have
back to
kids.
school.
You don't have kids.
But
Hard to say.
but kids are going back to school in 3
In a
weeks.
That's right. Yeah. And could you believe my daughter is like going on 10th grade?
That's high school now, right?
Yes, she's like sophomore. I couldn't believe it. She was so little. Like, oh my gosh,
Well, first
I
time I
miss
met
those
her, she was
days.
just like this high. Now she's what, as
Almost
tall as
taller than
you?
I am.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm still taller.
Yeah.
No way. I'm just kidding. Well, she's only 14, but she's
Yep.
like probably just half an inch away.
Well,
Right.
but back to school, I'm sure parents need to get ready with their school supplies, uniforms,
Well, not
and
all
everything else.
schools
So,
have uniforms, so that's not an I mean, that's not a problem for us because they can wear anything.
oh, no
Like you said.
uniforms.
No.
Oh, but anyway, we have a wonderful show for you
Mhm.
tonight.
Yeah.
Be ready with posting your comments. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, you can actually post your comments. We can see them live,
Mhm.
and time permitting, we will try to go through all of them and read each one of them because we like to interact with all of you who are watching us now. So, without further ado, let's introduce our guests.
Yes, let's have Miss Joy Espinosa from the Heart Gallery of Houston.
Hi, Joy.
Welcome. Hello, Miss Joy.
Hello. Yeah, good evening, everyone, and good evening to the rest of the world.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Joy Espinosa. I work for Bear, Be a Resource for CPS Kids, and I'm a Heart Gallery Coordinator in Bear.
It's good to have you tonight, Miss Joy. And we have
And
another guest.
we have Miss Rebecca Moran, who is the Bear Outreach Coordinator.
Hello,
Hi.
Rebecca. Welcome to the show.
Hi, welcome. Thanks so much for having me tonight.
Oh, it's our pleasure to have you here because we'd like to hear a lot about your organizations. And so, like I was saying earlier, we're so caught up in our own lives that we forget that there are other organizations that take care of people like yours, and they and we take our life for granted. So I'd like to think that we'd like to raise awareness with this show, to let people know what it is that you do for your organizations. And so I think we'll start with Rebecca. Can you tell us about 𝘸𝘀 and let us know
Absolutely.
what 𝘸𝘀 means?
Yes. So the name, right? We need to know, what does 𝘸𝘀 mean? So 𝘸𝘀 stands for Be a Resource for CPS Kids. And just like the name sounds, what we're doing is we're providing hope and help to children who have been abused, children that have been neglected, that are at risk, or that are under the care of Child Protective Services here in the greater Houston area.
And so it's this part of a City of Houston initiative, or are you a separate organization?
So we are based here in Houston, but we actually service the 12 surrounding counties as well. So it's not just Harris County, it's the 12 counties around as well that we serve. Yeah.
Okay. So you were saying earlier that there are four or five different groups within 𝘸𝘀?
Yes, we have 4 core programs. So we actually started in 1997, and even from the beginning, our main purpose was always to provide hope and help to these children because they are very vulnerable. Children are one of the most vulnerable populations, as we know. And so 4 of our core programs really work to help them. Our first one is actually called 𝘸𝘀 Necessities. So it's just like the name sounds like. It's providing the necessities to the children. So that can include anything like shoes, shirts, diaper, formula, big ticket items that we like to call them big ticket items. Those are like car seats or pack and plays for the babies, air mattresses for families. And so 𝘸𝘀 Necessities, that program alone serves over 24,000 children. 24,000. It's
Wow.
insane. And we cannot.
That is amazing.
Yes, we cannot do it without the community because at any given time in Harris County alone, there are over 16,000 children under the care of Child Protective Services. Of those 16,000, 1,000 are removed under emergency circumstances. So when a child is removed, you have to remember that they're going to be removed and it's just going to be with the clothing on their backs. And even if they were given a chance to go back into the home to get an item of clothing, chances are that what they have is not in the best conditions, right? It probably has holes. Maybe if their living conditions were dirty, then it's just not livable. It's nothing that they can take with them. And so that's where we come in with our 𝘸𝘀 Necessities program. We have caseworkers who come to us to get the resources that they need so that they can get them to the children in a timely manner, so that they can have hygiene items, clothing, diapers for the little ones, like I was mentioning. And so all of that really does help these children, and ways that people can get involved, especially in that program, because we always say that's our main program. It's year round, it's 24/7. And so people really step up in the community by hosting drives. So it might be with your friends, it might be with your family, your church groups, Girl Scout troops, whether it's collecting clothing, diapers, every little bit and piece really makes a difference. It's a whole pie, we like to say, and everyone makes a difference. Whether you donate an in-kind item, so if you come to our warehouse and say, hey, I have these new shirts, could y'all take them? Absolutely, because we serve newborn to 17. And as you guys know, we're not a one size fits all. We have our little itty bitties and we have our big guys and big girls. So we want to make sure that everyone's covered. And we are actually one of the few nonprofits that everything that we give to our children is new. So people will call and they'll ask, do you guys take gently used? And we actually don't. And one of the many reasons is because we want these children to have their very own items, to have like, this is mine. I don't have to share it with anyone. It's new, it's fresh. It's not a hand me down. And so that's what we started.
Yeah. And they feel really valued and treasured. Yes.
Absolutely. Even when people donate backpacks and duffel bags, just so that they're not carrying around a trash bag when they're moving from foster home, because many times the average times that a child moves from foster home to foster home is around 7. So we always want to, be stocked for our children. Our main location, our 𝘸𝘀 headquarters, is actually off of 610 and East TC Jester. And that is where our caseworkers come to us Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to get the items that they need. They just come, check out the items that they need, and they're able to take it to the children that they're serving. Now, you can imagine, though, when a child is removed from their home, they're not going to be removed Monday through Friday from 9 to 3, right? So we actually have a different location within a CPS building in Houston that has our bear room. And that's where all our clothing is stored. And in that bear room, caseworkers are able to badge their way in 24/7, 7 days a week. It could be Christmas Day, and they can still get in there to get the items for their children.
So
Yeah,
these
so that's-
caseworkers are CPS.
The caseworkers, yes. So they are,
So-
yes. So they are like caseworkers, social workers. Those are the ones that come to us.
Okay, so I was thinking they were part of your organization. So they're not, but they're partnering with you.
Exactly. So we don't work directly with families. We work with partnering agencies. They come to us to get the items that they need.
Okay, and the items are donated, like you said, by
Like drives.
yeah, but you
said,
said
like-
you have drives.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So people can donate in a variety of different ways. You can host a drive at your company. You can host a drive with your friends and family, church groups, or you can simply just come in with a new donation to our warehouse and just bring, I have 10 pants, or I have a couple of new toys, and here you go. Whatever it is, there is a variety of ways. We also actually do, through the other programs that I'll share with you guys in a bit, each of them have Amazon wish lists also. So we make it easy for them.
Okay. Yeah.
Variety of ways. You can shop our Amazon wish list, and the items will arrive directly to our warehouse as well.
Okay, that's actually
So
good.
that's just one program of Bear, the Bear
That's just one.
Necessities.
Yes.
Wow. And that's
yes.
already like a really big program.
It
That's
is.
a lot of for the community. Yeah. What about the other
Oh,
programs?
there's the bare necessities. We're
Oh,
looking
there
at
you
your
go.
website.
Yeah, there it is. 24,000 children served a year. And so the need just continues to rise. And so that's where the community really helps us to make sure we have our bare room stocked for our kiddos. But yes, that's our first program. It's our biggest program. It's been there since 1997 with us. And so that is Bare Necessities that y'all are seeing right there.
Yeah, and we can actually volunteer too. It says donate time, so you can volunteer and all that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
We
because
always
know-
need helping
I'm
hands.
No, we know of some organizations that always look for opportunities to help,
Yeah.
and so I think this is good to know. Donate money, donate time, or donate things. That's actually nice. And I was thinking you spelled it BARE, but I guess it's a play on words. You said bare necessities. I was thinking of the movie The Jungle Book instead, though. You said
Exactly.
bare necessities, and
Everyone
I can see
says
that
that.
bear singing that song. So, well, thank you, Rebecca, for putting that earworm in my head.
You'll never forget it now. Yep.
No, I won't. But
Yeah.
you said there are 3 more programs, and
Yes.
we're going to end with the one that's going to be a lead-in to for our friend Joy. So, what are the remaining ones?
Yes. So bearing gifts, that's our next one. That's our holiday program. And that program is working to provide joy and holiday cheer for our kiddos. We want to get their wish list sponsored by the community. So many of these children, they will submit their holiday wish list, and they'll put 1 to 2 toys on there that they're asking for this holiday season. And it can be the littlest thing, whatever you want, honestly. And so people will come in, they'll sponsor kids. Again, they'll do drives during the holidays. That is very popular with companies and with friends and families. Many times, the first time people hear about us is actually through our Bearing Gifts program. That's actually how the community kind of first hears about Bear. So we are out there in the community during Christmas, just getting these gifts to the children. And many times on their wish list, some of these children will put things like, I don't want anything for Christmas. I just want a toothbrush. Or I don't want anything for myself. I'd like something for my little sister. And that's where we're like, no. Take that wish list back to the child, have him put 1 or 2 toys and come to our Bear room. So come to Bare Necessities, get the toothbrush, get the clothing. And that's where we want to make this program just a little bit of joy for them in the midst of darkness. And we've been blessed because we have many community partners that help us. So 89.3 KSBJ, they air us during the month of November and December to all their listeners. So we get many sponsors that way. Also, Tide Cleaners, if y'all are familiar with Tide Cleaners, they're all around town. They're awesome. They open their doors and allow the community to drop off their sponsored gifts, to drop off their holiday gifts that they're just buying, for the drives. And then also we have the community just really step up in very creative ways. Communities, they make kind of like company team building, especially during the holidays, to help the kids.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good. That's a great opportunity for people to really give joy during this holiday season. Yeah.
Yes, they
it's all,
do. They
it's all
do.
about making the children feel important.
Yes. I
Yes.
have kids, so I can relate. You just want to give the best for your kids. And I really
Mhm.
feel for these children that don't have that kind of family love
Mhm.
and support. So
Mhm.
we encourage our viewers, if you want to help Bear, I mean, you are most welcome to do so. So
Yep.
please just visit their website and you can help in so many ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And
so,
you're right, MJ, just what you said. These kids, if it weren't for something like this, like a program like ours or similar, many of these children wouldn't receive anything during the holiday season. And they're going to go back to school. And kids, when they're little and they're young and they're talking about, what'd you get for Christmas? Or I got this. And so we don't want our children to feel that way. They can at least go back and say, well, I got this, and they can be with their classmates. And so that's what our
Yeah.
Bearing Gifts is all about.
yep.
Yeah, no matter how little they are. I mean, it's just you can imagine how you can give a smile to a kid's face just by those little things. So,
Yeah. And
wow.
to think these are their
Yeah.
formative years, so you need to show how important they are, so they will develop a good level of self-esteem growing up.
That is
Exactly.
correct.
And
Yeah, because it affects their, whatever their childhood
Mhm.
experiences are will
Mhm.
affect how they are going to be as
Mhm.
adults in the future. So, wow.
Exactly.
I mean, this is amazing. Oh, we have
Yeah.
was that
Well, so
yeah.
what is the third one, Miss Rebecca?
Yes. So our third program is called Bear Back to School. So, like you guys were mentioning
So
Yeah,
earlier,
there, I can see the theme here now.
yeah, it's
yes,
wow.
Bear Back to School. We're actually in the midst of that right now since school
Mhm.
is starting next month.
Uh-huh.
And we are busy getting school supplies, getting backpacks ready. And so that's what that program is all about. It's making sure that children are ready to start the year off right, to get their foot ready on the right foot, and that they have a successful school year just like any other child.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so this is timely. We just talked about back to
I know,
school. See,
back to
I didn't
school.
even know you were going to show this, and we were talking about back to school.
Yeah, yeah,
Something.
super
It's very
important.
timely. Yeah, it's
So
very
maybe,
timely.
so maybe if for example, MJ is buying school supplies and backpack for her kids, maybe buy an extra one or two, and
Correct.
bring it by your offices, right?
Well, actually,
Absolutely.
my daughter was she's an ambassador of the Miss Houston organization, and they usually have this project, during school year. And last year, we donated like, I can't remember, about 30 backpacks with some school supplies.
So there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, so we did that too. So my daughter, she's a 10th grader, and she loves to do these things too. So because you have to let your children realize how blessed they are. Whenever you
Mhm.
expose them to this kind of situations, they are more appreciative of what they have, and
Yes.
they would love to share and their blessing because they
Yep.
know that, I mean, life is not as good for other people as it is for them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, and going to that too. When we went to the Philippines, we actually did this kind of thing.
I saw you did
Yeah,
it.
we
Yeah,
did
I
a
saw it.
community outreach over there, and we gathered kids of different ages, and we donated. Instead of, it's not, I don't want to say this just to elevate myself, but I have this I feel for these kids because I grew up poor. So when we did our 25th wedding, instead of gifts, my guests actually donated school supplies
Oh,
and cash, and we bought and fed the kids. We brought a lot of school supplies. We had a program, and it's just amazing
Yeah,
because
I
I
saw
love
the.
that.
yeah,
They
Mhm.
were nice,
every
but
time we go home to the Philippines, we do something like that for the kids, especially. We did
Yeah. So
orphanages.
vulnerable, so
Yeah.
innocent. Yes.
yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we've been enjoying this so much. Let's go ahead and take a break, and come back, and we'll talk to Miss Joy next.
All right. See you in a bit.
Hello to everyone from Roof Chamber Radio. I'm encouraging all of you to stay here, stay in this chamber. If you want to be inspired, you want to be encouraged, this is where it's at. And we're all going to need this, especially, in this new year that we're in. We don't know what's up for tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen next week or next month. But I believe that when you gather with people who believe in the power, the faithfulness, and the goodness of the Lord Jesus Christ, there is power in that in itself. So stay here. Stay in the Roof Chamber Radio. Be inspired, be encouraged, and let's all go through life, not on our own, and more than just with each other, but let's speak the faith, let's share the faith, let's live by faith, and let's walk by faith. God bless you all, everyone from Roof Chamber Radio.
Hello, welcome back.
And we have a question from one of our viewers. Let's go ahead and see it. From 𝘍𝘪𝘢𝘴𝘏𝘏, what if I observe child abuse? Can I report it to 𝘏𝑒ar? So let's bring our guests back and see what they can tell us.
Yes. So child abuse would not be reported to us since we are the ones that provide the resources to the children once they are under the care. That would be more with like an abuse hotline, the Texas child abuse hotline. They would be the ones, obviously calling 911 too. That would be the best route to go.
Okay.
And most of the time when I receive calls like that, I would also refer that to the DFPS, to the CPS, and we have that line dedicated for that kind of reporting. So we're just here to help promote how to support the kids. But for cases like that, we direct them to DFPS or CPS.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so I don't know how to do the segue now because the fourth program is led by Joy. So Rebecca, do you want to lead it?
Yeah, I'll introduce Joy and let her take it away.
Yes.
So Heart Gallery Houston, that is our newest program. It's our newest program, and its purpose is to ignite awareness. So it's a traveling photographic exhibit that is really to raise awareness of children who are looking for their forever families. So their beautiful photographs are taken, and we have volunteer photographers who donate their time and their talent to take these beautiful photographs. And the purpose of it is to find forever families. So I'm going to turn it over to Miss Joy, who is an expert. She is our Heart Gallery coordinator, and she will tell you all about that program.
All right, Miss Joy.
Okay, so you talk about the Heart Gallery Houston. It is part of there because the Heart Gallery Houston helps these kids, the CPS and the at-risk kids who are neglected and abused. We help them because once they are approved for adoption, we help promote these kids so that they will be able to have the chance to meet their forever family. So how do we do it? We have by gallery, it means we have photos. So the one that are featured in the gallery are photos of these kids, CPS kids, who are waiting for adoption. So we have volunteer photographers, professional photographers who would capture the smiles and the expressions of these kids. And once they are put in a canvas, you now give a face to the dreams and wishes of these kids. These kids dream to meet their forever families. Why? Because if they meet their forever families, they belong to a family, they would have the chance to feel love and care, and that would mean a second chance of a better future for them. So what are the challenges that we have for the Heart Gallery? First of all, we need your help. We need volunteers, photographer volunteers who would be able to have their passion and creativity in getting beautiful pictures of the kids. able to capture the expression of the kids. And once we have this displayed in the community now will be more aware that there are kids who are deep in their hearts, they have a dream. And their dream is to be able to find a forever family, to
Mm.
find a good future for them. So right now, we are actually having displays in different establishments. We have in the malls, Willowbrook, Woodlands, Deerbrook. We also have in some YMCA centers. We we have some in the Children's Museum. Everywhere, anywhere where we can expose and promote the awareness that there are kids needing help, we welcome it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yes,
So you're basically trying to find them a new home.
yes,
A
helping
home.
them.
Yeah.
Yes, helping them. We're partnering with CPS. They're the ones processing their adoption. We are here just to promote them to the exposure that there are kids
Mhm.
waiting to be adopted. And sometimes, especially when people are not aware of this, but when people become aware that there are kids, their heart melts for these kids, and
Mhm.
therefore they would either respond by providing donations, providing their time, providing to host the exhibit. So these are ways that we can help these kids fulfill their dreams.
Well, we're looking at your website here. So these children are actually available for adoption. Is that
Yes,
right?
yes, there
And
are.
when they go hover over the picture, it shows a, I can't
Some
see it, but does it
information
show
about
their brief bio maybe?
Yes,
and
uh,
their story or something,
yeah, if
right?
you can click on the name and then it would show information about the kid.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes,
And then you said you have essentially a traveling gallery. That's now I see why you call it the Heart Gallery. Uh,
yes,
so you have a gallery of photos that you bring to all different sites in all around the counties,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
and to let people know that we have children who need their help.
yes. Children who have dreams, we wanted to give them a second chance of a better life and second chance of happiness.
Hmm. Yep.
That's right. Providing hope. Yeah, giving hope to these kids that there are families out there who are willing to, extend their love and support and resources just to provide them
Hmm.
with, oh my gosh.
Yeah, the photo is a very powerful tool. At
Mhm.
one time, I had a display of a photo of a girl, and then days later, after the exhibit, I received a call, and the lady said, "I saw the picture you displayed in one of your exhibit, and I cannot sleep. I kept on thinking about that girl," and so she inquired about the girl, and she applied. I think she applied for. Um, to get the home study so she can apply for adoption. So these photos are really powerful. It
Hmm.
captures the emotions, and at least you are able to communicate and touch base with people who are interested to foster a kid or to adopt a kid.
So
So it's
is so
either
this picture
fostering or adopting. So
Yes, yes,
doesn't have necessarily to be adopt,
adopted?
but you can foster. Okay.
So
yeah,
this picture we're looking at, is this one of your galleries?
yeah. This one is at the Woodlands Mall.
Oh, so
This
is it
display.
a permanent is it a permanent exhibit?
Oh, it depends on the host.
Mhm.
The one in the Woodlands Mall and other malls, we have a 1 year contract to do a display.
Hmm.
In other facilities like YMCA, we have like 3 months, 2 months. It depends on uh, as long as the space is available.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're the one who coordinates where these galleries are shown, and that's one of your jobs, Joy, right?
Yeah. Actually, I support we have on behalf of our outreach and Heart Gallery manager. Uh, me and Becca reports to her. She takes the initial movement, initial move, and then we follow up. We support her.
Let's
So,
give let's give a shout out to her. What is her name?
oh, Miss Mary Han.
Hey, hi Mary.
Hi, Mary. Yeah, thank you for all you do. My gosh.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's a really busy woman.
Yeah, she's awesome. She
Yeah,
really
she
hits the ground running for these kids.
yeah she
So,
has two speaking engagement today. That's why
oh, well,
me and
so
Becca stood for her.
Well, she was well represented by the two of
yep.
you. So, yeah, we're learning a lot about Bear and, of course, the Houston Gallery, Heart Gallery Houston. Yeah.
So I think I heard Rebecca say so. Bear is a nonprofit organization.
That's
Yes,
correct. Mhm.
So donations are tax exempt.
Yes, all
yeah,
donations are tax deductible. When people come, they can fill out an in-kind form and we'll send them a proper thank you, a letter for their tax purposes as well.
That's actually a good thing.
we're
But, you know,
classified as 501c3.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So 501c3. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I've been an officer of
Mhm.
various 501c3 organizations here in the Philippine community, so I'm very familiar with the rules and regulations that the IRS
Yes.
puts on us.
Uh-huh.
That's why I had to ask, because I find that that's actually a good motivation for people to make donations, especially for those who itemize. I was trying to think of the word for those
Yeah,
who itemize the
itemized there.
tax returns, because if you
Yeah.
don't itemize it, it really doesn't help you. But if you do, then this is another way that they can help. So,
That is correct. So we encourage our viewers, please, if you have like something to spare, your time,
brand
money,
new. It
effort,
needs to be brand new.
anything, any help would go a long way for these kids. So
Yes, and if I may just add, we are really very much we really want these kids to be adopted. You know why? Because statistics would show that after a year, these kids age out of the foster care system.
Mhm.
40%, 40% will become homeless.
mhm.
60% are in jail.
Oh,
50% would battle with substance abuse, and
mhm.
70% are pregnant or parenting a child at age 21. That is why we are so much obliged, or rather we would really want these kids to be adopted, because we do not want them to become the bad elements of society. We want them to have a good life, a better life, if they have a family that will care for them.
Yeah, and you want them to become productive members of society.
Yes,
Yeah.
productive,
And
Exactly.
and
productive
like,
and functioning members of the society.
right. And like what we were saying earlier, and that comes from giving them a good foundation. And
Yes,
so if they can see love and support in their early years, hopefully that
Mhm.
will help them, especially when they're in a good foster home. I'm sure
Right.
that's also important as well. And so I
Mhm.
think we do have a question. If we can show that on screen.
Okay, it says here from Roof Chamber, Radio Pinoy, when and where is the next exhibit?
oh, we have ongoing exhibit all the time. Right
Okay.
now, the ongoing exhibits are Woodlands Mall, Willowbrook, Deerbrook. Um, we have ongoing. We will have ongoing display. I mean, a scheduled display. You know, the September 4 Fiesta Cosa, Texas. I
Yes.
hope you already approved that we will be able to do a
Hey.
display there. We also have displays in Diamonds Direct.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
if you know of our healthcare, we have an ongoing display there right now, and also YMCA centers somewhere in 249.
That's
And
right. I actually went yesterday to set
uh,
that exhibit up, and we put 25 photographs in the YMCA that's right there on 249.
Mhm.
So, like that Cypress Tomball area. And so it's amazing. It's the second YMCA to host our exhibit. So, we're very
yes,
thankful.
So are
even
these?
even in Godos, we have an exhibit
Oh, you
there.
do?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
So these exhibits, there's nobody there from your organization to talk to people, right? So people can just it's essentially an exhibit that people can look and get information from the exhibit itself. Nobody's there to talk to.
Oh, in our exhibit, in the photos, there's a Heart Gallery banner that
Mhm.
explains briefly what is the Heart Gallery, and there's a QR code that they can
Okay.
and then it
So
will
they
bring.
know who to contact and all that if they're
Yes,
interested. Okay.
yes.
Yeah,
And
and
in some displays, I'm going back there regularly and fill up them with flyers.
okay.
Okay.
So for those who don't know how to use the QR code, you do have flyers.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because not everybody's tech savvy.
No, it took me a while to figure out how QR codes work, and I work in IT. Go figure.
Yeah.
And you know, Rebecca is our social media guru. We have the what you call this, the Instagram and the
Oh, you
Facebook.
do.
Okay.
So
Uh,
every
photos.
Wednesday we feature a child on our social media platforms. So anywhere we can get the word out, we're always promoting our kiddos.
Yeah, that sounds good. So we've learned about your organization and what
A
they do.
lot, yes.
Yeah, I think we need to learn more about you. I'm sure.
Yeah, we want to get to know you
Yes.
too. So yeah.
So the thing is, this is not an easy job to do.
Mhm.
I can imagine that you try not to get too attached to the children, but I know it's inevitable, I guess, that you get to know them more, and then when they finally do get adopted, I'm sure you kind of
Yeah.
feel sad and happy at the same time, you know?
That's very true.
Yeah, you tend to
Okay.
have like maybe separation anxiety after you
but
get
but you know they're going to a
you're
good home. So
emotionally involved with the kids and all that. Yeah.
so after they get adopted, do they check back with you? Do you find that they check back, or do you check with them to make sure they're
No,
acclimating right?
we just give them a sample of a copy of their photos as a remembrance through the caseworker.
Mhm.
Okay.
We've actually had 20 children already adopted since the beginning of this program.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually launched it 2020 of January, but there was COVID. But
Mhm.
then last year, 2021, we did a full blast in spite of the COVID. We just do the front porch photos. And since then, there were a tremendous response. And as of today, we have already like 20, turning to 21 kids to
Good.
Well,
adopted.
that's good. So the Heart Gallery is actually like around a 2-year-old program all
Yeah.
through
The
the
whole is it the
pandemic
whole
and all
thing?
that.
Is it
Yeah.
Bear just 2 years old?
No,
Yeah,
Bear
it's
is a long
40
time, but it's the Heart Gallery,
Okay.
right?
years.
That's
Right.
very
So heart galleries are all across the United States. Our heart gallery is about 2 years old. But
Yeah.
Okay.
so Austin has one for like Central Texas. I know there's one in New Mexico, and not every city has one. But yes, they've been around heart galleries, and our program is the newest one that's about 2 years
Yes.
old here.
Okay. But
Yeah,
Bear
Heart
is
Gallery Houston. That's us, Heart Gallery Houston. I know Dallas is forming a Heart Gallery as well.
well, Joy, with your
Mhm.
connections all over the state, I'm sure you can help them with that.
Yeah, with my previous life.
Yeah. So speaking of previous life, I think I'm going to let the two of you decide who goes first. But tell us about yourselves. What actually, well, whatever you want to share. What actually led you to do the jobs that you're doing now? And did your past jobs actually help prepare you for this? So think about it. We'll take another break. We will come back.
All right.
All right.
Hi, we are so pleased to be with you. Thank you for being with us. We want to invite you to be part of the Difusión Latina, Portal de Fe. We are the Spanish ministry of Roof Chamber Radio, and we are so blessed to be with these guys all around the world. Please be with us on YouTube and Facebook. We would love very much to know how God is blessing you, and please come along and support us. God bless you. And see you then.
We'll have
And we're back. That was fast.
we were
Sometimes we get
Yeah.
unprepared. Good thing you don't see anything funny going on.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
going back to Joy and Rebecca, I don't know who wants to start first.
Yeah, tell us something about yourselves. Yeah, we learned about Bear and the
Heart
different
Gallery.
programs of Bear. So now we're gonna get to learn about you, the two of you.
So
Okay,
who
I'm
wants to go
always
first?
I'm always pushing Rebecca, so I'll take the stand now.
You're fine.
Okay, so you want my background?
Yeah, but let me say first that Joy Espinosa has been active with our chamber for the last so many years.
Mhm.
She signed up to be a member recently, and we're very happy to have you here.
Thank
And
you.
she mentioned her past life. That's how we met first, and that's how we were able to work with her in some of her projects. And so, Joy, go ahead.
Okay, so my life is very colorful. I was born on the other side of the globe, and then I grew up I spent most of my growing up years in southern part of the Philippines, and I studied there for BSBA economics in an university in Mindanao, and I took up my MBA here in the US. Well, what talking about jobs, 60% of my life is pharmaceutical. So I started carrying the bag in the field until I became a member of the product management team as product manager for cardiovascular products. That has been my life for more than 10 years, I think. And I work for US based multinational companies. And then when I was in the state, also had a short stint with pharmaceuticals here. So if I summarize what I learned from that, it's mostly the marketing and dealing with people. I moved over to healthcare. It's also dealing with people, aside
Mhm.
from the fact understanding the medical insurance. And then I wanted a more exciting life in the States. I joined a news and entertainment television company, supposedly the giant in the Philippines until some developments happened due
Mhm.
to franchise. But that was the time that I'm really happy. That was the time I was able to appreciate um, the community-based organization like the Philippine Chamber of Commerce, and
Mhm.
I learned the secret of being able to blend and work with people, especially with ABS-CBN. I'm dealing with a Filipino product in the PhilAm market. And
Mhm.
I learned that, and I learned the different kinds of life each PhilAm has. And those are the things that has prepared me for my job here at Bear as a Heart Gallery coordinator, learning the art of marketing, dealing with people, and of
Mhm.
course, recently as a community management officer of ABS-CBN, uh, giving back to the community. And
Mhm.
these are the reasons that has brought me here at Bear, be a resource for CPS kids.
Yeah, and the
What a
reason,
wonderful
yeah,
story.
and the
Yeah.
reason we ask this is sometimes,
Mhm.
you when we're younger, when we were a lot younger, we already do a career path,
Mhm.
but sometimes that path doesn't happen the way we think about it. We
Mhm.
just go with the flow, and you find out you end up where you're meant to be.
Mhm.
I don't know if you believe in that, but if you follow wherever your current path takes you, you find out, hey, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm glad to know that that's something that worked for you, Joy.
Yeah, and
Yes.
God has destined us to do something great. That's why this program is, as you all know, it's Roof Chamber Radio Pinoy, and that's what
Mhm.
their mission is to really put out there about the goodness of the Lord in people's lives. So that's how you found joy, right, Miss Joy? Now
Yes.
you
Joy
found
found
joy.
joy.
Now it's the
Yeah.
joy in serving these kids.
Yes. Yes. What about you, Rebecca?
Yes. So I was born and raised here in Houston, Texas. I went to university here. I went to the University of Houston. So go Cougs.
Yeah,
And
hey, me too.
yeah, you did. Awesome.
Yes, I have 2 degrees from the University of Houston.
Awesome.
So hey, go
Love
Coug.
it. Go Cougs.
I
Yeah.
can't do
And
the hand
so
thing.
you can't do it.
Go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you're fine. And so after university, I started working in a different nonprofit. So I've
Mhm.
always been in the nonprofit sector, and it's been really amazing to see the ins and outs of how a nonprofit works and just how you really do see the community step up to help people in different circumstances. And so you learn, you wear many hats, you're flexible, you go with the flow, but you get the job done because at the end, it's a greater good that comes out of everything.
You learn
That's
how to
right.
ask for
Yeah.
money in a nice way. Like I said,
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yeah.
She's done it. A lot of us
Yeah.
in the Philippine community who, and it granted, it's not a very large community.
Yeah.
We tend to know each other. We've all been officers of these various Philippine organizations here in Houston, and a lot of them are 501c3s. That's why I said I know. Hand in
Mhm.
hand, you go to people in a nice way. Hey, would you like to donate to our cause? And
Yeah.
so it's an art to do it
Yeah.
because it's in our way. We don't have a development office. We are our own development office.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, but
anything else you want to add? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do we have any?
but what one thing I've learned about our job is you really have to be sincere and put your heart into it, because when people see how sincere you are, then they genuinely support you.
Mhm.
Yes, and we actually have a question that
Yeah.
actually a question and two comments.
Yeah. From
And so,
Mr. Rusty Lopez. Are there Filipino ancestry kids up for adoption from Bear?
Oh, I just met a CPS officer, Filipino, and that's also my question. I said, "How come I don't have I don't have Filipino kids?" And he said that there are also Filipino cases, but it's easily resolved before it goes to the adoption process. It's
Okay.
already resolved, so it's solved fast, and that's why maybe because of the close family need of the Filipinos, when
Yeah.
there's a problem with one kid, the aunts or the other family members would solve it. And that's what he told me. It's easily solved. That's
Okay.
why it doesn't end in the adoption
I think
program.
that sounds like a good thing then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Mr. Florencio Ginhawa said, it is nice to listen to you, Rebecca and
Mhm.
Joy, and learn more about Heart Gallery Houston and Bear. So you both are doing a really
Thank
great
you.
job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. I know that is it his son who is a photographer?
Yes.
yes, both of his sons are photographers.
Mhm.
We need your help.
Tito Flor, they need your help. And Tito Flor, we call him Tito Flor.
Yeah.
He's also a photographer.
Oh,
So
really? The
I
floor.
don't know if he's still doing it though, but he used to take really wonderful pictures as well. Um, and I'm trying to see if there's still anything else. But what can you tell us? What do you have any future plans for Bear and Heart Gallery that you want us to be aware of? That's not part of your website at the moment.
Oh, want me to
Yeah,
explain?
go
Okay, for Heart Gallery, yeah, we're just starting. So we wanted to move forward. We wanted to improve the reach and the depth of the program, because right now we're partnering with CPS, but we also would want to partners with other adoption agency, any agency that that has kids for adoption. We want to partner with them, and
Mhm.
for um, because the more reach that you have, the more people will be aware of these kids.
Mhm.
There will be more support coming in, and of course, there will be more kids that will be helped. More kids will realize their dreams. Um, it is said that if there's no vision, the people perish. So we have big dreams in Bear. We have big dreams for Heart Gallery, that we will be able to increase our awareness of the community. And how do we do that? Of course, we need more hosts for exhibits. We need more
Mhm.
volunteers, photographers, and of course, we need to expose ourselves to to all the social media platform that is available, like this one what we have now. We really welcome this opportunity that we are able to share our programs with not only with the Houston people but throughout the world.
Yeah, and this,
Yes.
this
Yeah,
program is actually being recorded.
yeah,
Like 2 minutes after the show ends, the recorded version is already available. And so you
yeah.
can actually share it, but it will also be available in YouTube, which is
Mhm.
actually easier to share
Mhm.
because when YouTube, you can share the link on any of the social media platforms. Because right now
Mhm.
it's going to show up on Facebook, but you
Mhm.
can only share it in Facebook.
It's really
But
good. This
like I
is
said, yes,
really
Yeah.
so
an opportunity.
use this you
Yeah.
can share.
Okay. Just to add,
Mhm.
um, right now we're doing the exhibits. We're joining the available fairs like the Galveston Art Walk. Hopefully, we can be part of the Fiesta Cosa Texas.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But there's also one program that our manager, Mary Han, has been telling me. You know, there are what you call match
Mhm.
parties. This one of them is I attended one of them, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Houston, headed by Mr. Joel Levine, our head for the Houston for Harris County Resources for Adults and for Children and Adults. Um, this is kind of where we gather all the kids that are available for adoption, and then we also gather the interested parties, those who are interested to become to foster or to adopt a child, and then they interact with the kids, they observe the kids, they play games. It's a fun experience for the kids. At the
Mhm.
same time, they're able to see uh, the kid that they want. And usually, the last time I did, I know there were lots of partnering that has happened, and I hope it will, it everything will push through as planned.
So it's
So
a meet and greet.
yeah, it's a meet and
Yes.
greet. Yes,
Mhm.
sort of a meet and greet. That is one program that we really want to incorporate in the Heart Gallery,
Good.
Houston.
That's good. And yeah, good luck to you. Any last message from the two of you?
Becca.
Well, we are so grateful for this exposure just to get our name out there for people to know more about who we are. Sometimes people first hear of us, like I was mentioning at or during the holiday. So just the fact that you guys had us on today is such a great
Mhm.
opportunity for us. So we're extremely thankful. And just to everyone who listened, if there's anyone out there who would like to host the Heart Gallery, whether you do it for one day, a month, a couple of hours, it can be 3 photographs, it can be 20. We make it however you want. It's all just about bringing awareness. So we work with you, and we just want to get kiddos out in the community so people know more about them.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
let's encourage the viewers too for your bear back to school drive and all
Yeah,
that.
because
Yeah,
Mhm.
please.
and there's
Yes.
there's their phone number
Mhm.
713-274-9850, and the
Mhm.
website, if I remember, it's not on screen right now. I think it's bearresourcehouston.org. And
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like
And
to
you
add
guys,
a story.
and y'all
I'm-
can follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Bear Houston. You'll be able to find us.
Oh, you covered all the social media
We got
platforms.
it. We're everywhere.
And I'd
Yeah.
like to add that the way we found out about Bear and Heart Gallery is through Joy, because if I can share the story, a year ago she reached out to me about I forget, it was in a restaurant where you
Sip
had
and
the heart.
sip. Sip
Yes,
and sip.
yes, and the thing was, I was the outgoing region chair of this chamber,
Mhm.
and so I passed it on to Eileen because I wanted Eileen to get more awareness. And there it is. It actually what newspaper is this? I can't read it.
One Philippines.
It's in One Philippines. That's a
Yes.
newspaper by one of our
Bong
board members,
Sausa.
Bong Sausa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yes.
thank you, Joy, for reaching out, because that's how we found out about you. And now we met Rebecca, and hopefully we'll get to meet May eventually. But we're very happy that you joined us today. Thank you for all this information. And I
Yes.
know if we forget the information now, we can always look at their social media pages.
That's right. So thank you so much, Joy and Rebecca.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for joining us.
And if anybody has any questions about anything that we discussed today, go on our Facebook page or just send us a message on our Facebook page, PACC Film, I think, but it's there. Send us a message, and we'll connect you with either Joy or Rebecca. And so, thank you, ladies, and I hope to see you in person soon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Our
All
pleasure.
right.
And thank
Thank
you for
you.
having us.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Thank you.
And
So we're gonna.
we're
What
gonna
do we have to?
show-
Yeah, we're showing two girls who are. Well, these girls are blessed because they have really very loving and very stable families. So I'm blessed. My kids are blessed. But let's show 1 a.m. What's 1 a.m., Bobby? Do you know anything about 1 a.m.?
It's early in the morning.
Yes. You know why we call them
It's
1
1 hour
a.m.?
after midnight.
Yeah, because they go to sleep at 1 a.m.
Oh, and because the name of these two
I'm
ladies,
joking. But whenever we talk about it, yeah, we call them 1 a.m. because they're number one.
the number one,
The number one, Angel and Mara.
and I see you did the alphabetical order, so there's no question.
Yes. Yeah.
AM, right? Angel
AM.
and Mara.
Angel and Mara.
And there
Wow.
it is. There's Angel and Mara. Tell us about them. You know more about them than I do.
Well, Angel is 14. Yeah, she's 14. Angel is 14-year-old. She's a really good singer and dancer. She's a friend of Mara. Yes, I was going to say she's a daughter of my friend, but she's also a friend of Mara. So, and then Mara, the other girl, is my daughter, and they're being produced by young professionals. You're going to learn about them too in the future. But these two girls were trying to create their path for stardom because they're born superstars.
Just
No.
just like the mom.
Thank you, Bobby. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, these two girls are very, very talented. They sing
They dance
and they dance
and they act.
and they act. They do pageants.
So you're
and-
saying they're triple threats.
They are quadruple threats.
What's the fourth one?
Sing, dance, pageants.
Oh, pageant is the fourth one.
Yeah.
'Cause I
And then
think
they're
it's sing,
good in
dance, and
school.
Normally,
Act and pageant.
pageant. Okay,
Yeah,
so
see?
we may say we have three Filipinas or
Mhm.
three Philippine ladies of Philippine descent who are beauty queens right now,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them's from Houston,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them's from Dallas. And I
Yeah.
happen to know the lady from Dallas. She's a young lady now, but I met her when she was a little girl.
Yeah.
I'm actually very proud of her. But
Let's show their
Let's
video.
show a
Let's
video
just show a glimpse.
of
A
1 a.m..
glimpse. Yeah, a glimpse of their talent. You go, Bobby.
my
You know,
gosh.
every time I see them dance,
I'm tired
dancing
already.
too.
I just watched them. I got tired. And
Yeah,
wait. So now the question is, do you dance like her?
of course.
There, can you
In
show-
my dreams.
I was gonna say,
only.
can you show us
No,
now?
only in my dreams, Bobby. You know what they say? Your offsprings are like 15% improvement of
Yeah,
you.
but
It's not just 15% though.
yeah, but
Anyway,
so-
you get to see them
Yeah.
at Fiesta Cosa, Texas,
Right.
and more upcoming events in the Houston area.
so look out
watch
for
out.
1 a.m.
Yes.
And they have a talent company that's supporting them. And
Yeah.
so we have one flyer to share. It's about one of our fundraising events for the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce. We're sponsoring. Actually, this
Tai Chi,
happened last week.
Yeah.
It's a 2-week program for now. We're
Mhm.
trying to see how many people are actually interested in it. This coming Saturday is the second session, so to speak.
Yeah. For,
It's Tai Chi for a cause, and we're raising funds for essentially for any relief efforts that are going to be happening in the Philippines, and timely enough, there was an earthquake in the Philippines just a couple of days
Yeah,
ago, and so I'm sure we will be able to provide financial assistance to the areas that were devastated by the earthquake. So here's the flyer: Tai Chi, staying fit for a cause. Support our local initiative to help victims of typhoons and other calamities locally and in the Philippines. And minimum donation for one session is $25. And
Yes,
it's held at
that's it. It's gonna be at 11 a.m. this coming Saturday at Epiphany Episcopal Church at
Yeah.
9400 South Gessner Road. So
Yes.
please join us for a cause, and you're gonna get fit as well.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
part of the PACCTX Wellness program. And so
That's the
MJ,
end of the show.
I
Oh my
know.
God, we're
It's-
actually over.
I'm glad you're back. I'm glad our team is back. But
Yeah.
we had some very able directors of the chamber who were able to fill in. But I'm happy to have you back. And so again, the Biz Talk is brought to you by the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, Greater Houston Region, and
Roof Chamber, Radio Pinoy, and we air every second and fourth Thursday of the month, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Philippine time. So see you again next time.
yes, thank you, and see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.